Hello and welcome, this is Ruth, and I've got two lovely die sets from Tonic to show you today. We've got the Scribbled Blooms You Are Amazing die set and the Scribbled Blooms Always Happy die set. So these are back to card making. I know I've been making lots of 3D things and there's lots of beautiful 3D stuff coming up, but I always love to go back to card making and something quick and simple as well, but obviously you can do something a lot more elaborate with these. So if you haven't subscribed and you want to see more, don't forget to do that and hit the notification bell. And my affiliate links to everything that I use will be down below in the description of the video too. So we'll have a little look, but there are 14 dies in this one, 13 dies in this one. The You Are Amazing one is more circular and the other one there is more oval. So just whatever shape of card you're going to make or whatever kind of orientation you like will probably be determined by whatever's in this pack. So this one then, I'll show you the back of it. If you can just see that, it's got lots of pieces you can cut into the card or out of the card, depending on whether you use the outside die or not. So this one has the edge on it, and you've got to use the two together to have a lift-off piece. Actually, I've cut one out of the other set, so that's just to show you. I've already gone ahead and had a little look at this. You'll need the outside die and the inside die to do that, and then there are different combinations of sentiments, I can remember the word there, sentiments to go inside here, and some little debossed ones as well. So on this one you've got thinking of you always, you make everything better, and remember you are amazing. So we've got those, and then we've got so proud of you, thank you, and you inspire me, and the little debossing sentiments. So this die and this die and this one can all be used with this little background, and then that gives you a little lift off piece that you can actually die cut and set on top of the card, or you can use these elements without this one and that will cut into the card. But I don't want to talk too much about them. I actually just want to show you what you do with them. And you can see here as well, we've got lots of little flowers, and the really fantastic thing about this is that they come on little sort of mounted areas with different flowers on each, so you're not going to have to cut those individually. There we are, that's number one. And the other one then is this, I might actually start with this because I've already lifted it out. So we've got this beautiful oval shape with the morning glory flower in it. Well, that's what I think it is anyway. I think that's the kind of flower it's meant to be. It's really beautiful, and sort of I would be drawn to blues and whites in that, but obviously you can have whatever colour you like. We've also got other little flowers here and here, lovely little foliage, and the sentiments on this one are may your dreams come true and wishing you happiness always. Then the little debossing ones say happy birthday and you deserve it. So that's really, really lovely. Now I'm just going to go ahead and die cut and show you how to make some fairly simple cards today, but I hope that you enjoy it, and I hope that you well, I hope that you realize that you can actually involve a lot more of your other die sets and things. Although these are for making cards, you could add elements on to some of your 3D projects as well, if that's the kind of thing you like. But let's just get started. First of all, I'm going to go for a really, really simple card, and I've taken the outside edge and the next one in, and I've used both of those together on some chrome silver mirror card, and that then has given me this beautiful shape, which I'm just going to put straight onto a card without any mats and layers on behind it, because I think sometimes we really just need a card that looks beautiful and impactful, if that's a word, but it doesn't take a long time to make. So that's what I'm going to do there. But I have also set this die without the outside edge on some Marina Mist iridescent mirror card, and I have just cut out these shapes here, and when I get this onto the card I am going to put some glue in these areas and pop those through, and that will paper piece just the flowers themselves. probably noticed there whenever I was paper piecing this that I usually put some glue inside and then press the pieces through from the other one. I ended up actually lifting quite a few of them out and putting them in with tweezers because on mirror card there's a kind of a plastic film and it's a little bit more difficult to push them through, so it worked out fine anyway. Now I have taken this little die and I've cut that out in white card and then placed this one into the center. So I've actually done that in 2 different stages to get to here, and now I'm going to glue that on there, and I'm going to use my precision nozzle from my little glue bottle here because that's just perfect for not getting too much glue, just a little dot here and there across that sentiment, and then I'll be able to pop it straight into the piece there. And I've just set it over because it always glares. You can see the reflection so badly, but there you are. Now I wanted to bring a little bit of that blue down in here, so I've cut 2 of the little leaves with this little die, and I'm just going to pop them right in there, and then one coming up just behind that, and I think that brings all of that together then. Well, that didn't take long to make. It's a relatively straightforward card, but I think it looks rather impressive. I wouldn't normally put 2 same sort of like mirror cards together like that, but actually it works really, really well. I would normally put 2 different textures, so maybe Craft Perfect in here or glitter card or something. Craft Perfect texture weave, that is. Obviously all the cards Craft Perfect, I know that, but I would be putting maybe glitter card or texture weave card in there along with the mirror card, but I just wanted to try that and I think it's worked out really well. What do you think? For my next card then, I have taken the large outside die and I've cut it out twice in white, and then I have taken the 2 dies together and cut them out in cobalt blue glitter card, and I've glued that directly on top. So I actually want to make a card blank from this, so I'm going to take the back one and score it about 1 centimeter down from the top, and then I'll glue that on and that will open, and then directly opposite that I'm going to take just a tiny sliver off the bottom so that it stands up without rocking, and then I'll come back and add some watercolor pencil into the center. I've got it here, and I'll brush that out so that it's deeper in the center and then more white to the outside, and I think that would make a lovely color combination. I've got true blue against this lovely glitter card here. Brushed that with the water brush, and now I'm just going to add a couple of little sequins on in this white space here, and I've got another lovely, fairly simple little card. This time I've taken a 5x7 card and I've folded the front of it back in half there and just burnished that really well. Then I've taken the plain die and cut the back out in that, and I've used the 2 together and cut it out in cobalt velour, the most beautiful card. Really, really lovely. And I'm going to glue that on there just by 1/2, so just this side. But I've cut 2 strips of the same card roughly about 1 centimetre each, and I'm going to put one of them down here, just a little bit in from the edge, and I'm going to mirror that by putting the other one down there. Now I'm putting it on with double-sided tape because you know the usual, I always say you'll get a little ripple down that if you put it on with glue, so just with this. Now I did actually use glue on the main die cut there, and I do that if there's sort of small areas, but if it's an area where you could actually see the ripple, I always tend to put double-sided tape down just to keep it nice and neat. I snipped the strips off then to just finish them at the edge of the card there, and this time I've inlaid the scrolly kind of leaves just here and here with silver, and I've die cut lots of the silver flowers and added them on here. And the little banner then, I cut it out with the 2 dies, so the banner one first, and then I debossed the sentiment after that. That says happy birthday, and I've put the little leaf up there, and I'm just going to put some dream drops into the centre of the flowers, and that's another fairly quick card as well. I might absolutely regret this in a moment or two, but you probably saw me dither when I had the drops in my hand, and I'm going to just pop some in here and bring them out with a brush, so possibly just on this flower to check how it goes, and then if I like that I might do it on the others as well. It's kind of a subtle effect, so it won't be too much. This die set then lends itself to something more circular or square rather than oval or 5 by 7 or whatever. So this time I have just cut it into the front of the card, and you can see there without using that outside edge, that leaves a beautiful inlaid card there, but obviously it's quite weak, so you would need to strengthen that in some way. I'm going to glue a piece of smaller card onto the back of it, but first of all I want to add some colour to that card. So I've got myself an old kit box here. I've put the piece of card in, and I'm just going to put some shimmer powder on, make a little background, and then I'll add it in below that. So this sort of saves it spraying out everywhere, and I think I'll go for lilac waterfall, possibly a bit of violet brocade as well. I added just a little bit of green on there as well, and this is just sort of loosely in the right hand side of this, very loosely following the area where the flowers are, because I want it to spread out but kind of have those in behind. So now just going to lightly spray that with water. It's a very strong colour once you spray it, and I just need to dry that off, and then we'll pop it in behind here. Isn't that a very pretty effect with that? I then took this die and I cut that out in lilac card, and then I put this into the centre. So you really are best to do that in 2 stages, because the 2 dies don't really fit together through your die cutting machine. You need to do one and then the other. Then I have taken the little floral dies, and I've got some of these cut out in lilac card, and I'm going to put them up here because all of the colour is centred at the moment down in that part of the card, and I need to sort of balance that up at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and create a little bit of dimension in these just by using my embossing tool, and then I'll glue them onto the top of the card. added some of the dream drops in there, so I'm just going to put a couple out here, not too many, but just a little bit on that white space there as well. And there you have it. I'm not going to add any more to that because I think it's very pretty as it is. I was so busy there I didn't even realise that my battery had completely run out. So while I was recharging it, I had to go ahead and carry on with some of this. So I have die cut the white area as I showed you with the two dies, and then I've cut out the background one with some lilac card, and then I glued one on top of the other. And I really just wanted to say that you can take out the little sentiment piece that goes across there, and it can go this way. And I've used a different sentiment altogether on it. So that's a little happy birthday, which I'll link down below if you're interested. And then I'm going to put some lilac card on there and pop this up on 3D foam pads here. But I have taken a little pencil from one of the classic pencil sets from Tonic. It's a Nouveau classic. And this one is Boysenberry Jam. It's got to be boysenberry. Yep, boysenberry jam. And there we are. So I have now added some into the centres of the flowers here. Just coming out to the edges there, but I have added it deeper inside there. And that adds just a little bit of depth. You want to come from the centre out, sort of the way the petals would actually radiate. And it's a very, very simple card, but I think it's rather lovely as well. Now I'm going to pop that up on 3D foam pads and glue it on here. I have gone ahead then, and as you can see, I've added that on with the 3D foam pads and added some honey gold glitter drops into the centre there just to give that a little bit of a lift. And I think it's turned out really, really well. It's very, very simple. Actually, all of the cards that I've created with this set are very simple. I hope you have enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I don't have time to make any more, but I could have gone on because you could use these with lots of your other die sets as well. You could make shaker cards, you could make easel cards. There's all sorts of things, but I'm running a little bit tight for time at the moment, so that's all I can show you just now. I'll be pretty certain I'll be back at some stage with some more of those. So I hope you have enjoyed them. If you have, don't forget to leave me a little thumbs up and a little comment and let me know what you think. And my links will be down below as well. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, maybe you think about doing that too. And I will be back very, very soon. I've got lots and lots of stuff on my desk at the moment. In fact, I've only got this little space here to work in, and I need to have a big, big clear up because I'm so busy. But thank you very, very much for joining me, and I will see you again soon. In the meantime, happy crafting. Bye bye.